Ankur is able to manage the expectations in the room very well. He has this ability of reading the room very fast. Improv kind of fits in very organically, irrespective of the levels, the hierarchies, the numbers.
We expect learning to be more immersive and experiential.
There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of laughter in the room.
Corporate environments can be tough. Corporate environments can be uptight. We needed a space where people could move around freely and come together as a more cohesive group.
It kind of really helps to have a very collaborative atmosphere in the room. So I would totally recommend it. I have been working with IHG now close to 16 years. My role currently involves a lot towards how do we develop our current workforce, how do we look out for skills that are more appropriate for future.
I lead the hiring for non-tech in India region, largely catering to marketing, sales, finance. If we remember our old times where we used to have instructor-led, classroom-based trainings to video-based learning platforms, every time learning has been constantly evolving. Today, we expect learning to be more immersive and experiential.
There has been a 360 change. So what has happened is now that you're working into a multi-generational workforce today. So it's really important that our learning methodologies are in sync to the kind of learning needs of a generation that we have. When I first heard about improv, it was not something I ever thought would resonate with leadership development, because honestly, it just comes across as something which is a lot more fun. But I was in for a very pleasant change when we did improv, and we did actually do 2 sessions here, and we did both with our senior leaders. It landed beautifully. Improv has a way of really bringing down a lot of our inhibitions, which I have not seen in a lot of other modules that I've tried, a lot of other sessions that we have done here. So I feel that this has been a very welcome change, and I think it has also given us a possibility of continue to explore into areas that we have never stepped into. But definitely worth the risk.
Corporate environments can be tough. Corporate environments can be uptight. We needed a space where people could move around freely, build more camaraderie, and come together as a more cohesive group at the end of it. That's where the thought of improv actually occurred to me. I felt quite relieved actually, because when more than the reaction, I was looking at the comments and suggestions that came. What I felt at the end of it was that people were much more cohesive. They came together as a much stronger team. I could sense that people could trust each other even better than before.
It was an awesome experience. Really loved the way everything flowed in. I see a lot of my team members, they were out there having fun, learning things out, and able to come down to an inference the way the entire session was led. So I think it was a very pleasantly surprising turn of events, but went really well in our favor.
Well, improv landed up creating a very safe space for our people. They came together. They trusted each other. They were working with their first intuition, and they were also reacting in a very short span of time without judging each other. Now this landed up bringing them much more closer, creating a more warmer environment for each other.
So I think overall, it has landed very nicely. It was able to give across some really good key takeaways. And if I look back at the session that has happened, the feedback that has flowed in, the kind of conversation that we have had post that session, it has been one of a very successful sessions that we did here in IHG.
Basically, how I see Ankur is like an architect who lands up creating a skeletal framework and then tries to keep a check so that we don't go way off the mark. It's very similar to how a coach would behave during a game on the field.
Ankur is able to manage the expectations in the room very well. He has this ability of reading the room very fast, and he's able to bring things up and down accordingly, manage the engagement which is in the audience. So you feel very comfortable when you have Ankur in the room, because you know that he'll be able to lead things through, be able to bring those answers in. And at the same time, especially with our senior leaders, there's always an inhibition of where do you stop? How do you really bring across a point, which doesn't seem like a problem area for him, because he does it very respectfully, but playing down the foundation correct. It has been extremely positive. I think one of the reasons of having this very good feedback is because it is extremely engaging. There's a lot of fun, there's a lot of laughter in the room. And that kind of takes away the entire thought of being in a full day session or being part of something which is a little more cumbersome and talk about slides, and everything goes out of the window.
Engaging. They were thoroughly immersed in this experience. They enjoyed every bit of it. All the different exercises made them understand each other even better. If you were looking at an entry-level intervention, you could bring improv for your team building exercises or any cross-cultural collaboration that you'd like to build up. Improv comes in very, very handy. For mid-management, when you have different work streams and you want them to come together and work cohesively on a common vision or a common mission statement, improv will be your go-to place where these teams can come together and work towards a common cause.
I think it is a fantastic tool to bring teams together, especially if you are setting up new teams, building different geographies coming together. It kind of really helps to have a very collaborative atmosphere in the room. So I would totally recommend it. I would say innovative.
Improv is immersive.
It is very collaborative.
It is definitely engaging.
And undoubtedly fun.